Lesson Sharp 20 Exercise Sharp 5 A Tale of Dark and Light Energy Transfer. How dark and light energy transfer occurs is well shown in fairy tales. For example, take the fairy tale, Sleeping Beauty. When the princess tasted the enchanted apple, she fell into a dead sleep. The prince came, the princess woke up. In this case, we see both dark and light ways of transmitting energy. Dark energy transfer usually comes from some low entities. Such entities do not have eyes, they do not see a person, because they are in the energy-informational world, astral, mental and higher. Dark entities are often located on the astral plane. The entity can accidentally stumble upon a person, or he himself hooked it with his thought images. For example, fearing, or seeing a scary movie, a man could not dismiss the images of some scenes for a long time, and next to these scary images, could be some kind of entity. The heavy energy of emotions and thought of a person will attract it. If an entity invades a person's sleep in order to interact with him, even without attacking them, it needs to enter our consciousness to do so. To cope with this task, it needs to pass through our energy protection, and it is difficult to do this every time. In this case, the entity leaves an anchor, something that will help it in the future to freely enter our consciousness. As an anchor, the entity transmits its dark energy, which must settle in the human body. The dark transfer of energy in a dream can be under the guise of giving an object as a gift, but at the same time, the person still feels that something is wrong with the object, or through a hug with a kiss. The fact is that the entity also has a transcendental energy, but it is much lower in frequency of vibrations than humans. If an entity wants to cling to a person quite seriously, it will transmit its transcendental energy. The easiest way to reach this energy is through the energy of the heart. The mouth, and specifically the tongue, are the external organs of the heart's energy, and it costs nothing to pass the transcendental energy through the tongue. If someone kisses a person in a dream, and the image can be absolutely any, but at the same time the person has a feeling that he is in danger or that something is wrong, this is the transfer of dark energy. The images of giving or kissing can be absolutely different, but the effect of transmitting dark energy is the same. The entity will literally suck the energy out of the person every day. The person will begin to overwork faster and get more tired. White energy transfer is carried out either by magicians, or by ordinary people or relatives, provided that they know how to do it. With the light transmission of energy, a part of someone's transcendental energy is given to the support of another. In fact, this is an energy medical topic, how to treat in a new way. Also, the transmission is carried out by inexperienced people through the tongue with a kiss. This transmission usually occurs between very close people, when the loved one is actually on the verge of life and death or is already in a coma. In this case, need to sit in the red line to recharge with transcendental energy, and then kiss. When kissing, they imagine that they are taking part of the energy from their spine. It is transferred from the transcendental line at the level of the throat to the tongue, and then this energy is pushed into the partner's tongue. After this, it is necessary to make sure that this light energy gets through the channel through the tongue to the partner's transcendental line. But one light transmission is not enough. The energy knows that it belongs to you and it will not become the energy of the partner soon. But such a transfer has one advantage. When you are engaged in the red line, the partner's channel will open automatically, even if you are not near him. As long as this energy is yours, it will support your partner. People usually support their husband, wife and children. For our own children up to 5-7 years of age, we do not need to do light energy transfer. We just sit in the red line, think about the child, and his channels also opens. After 5-7 years, such a transfer is already necessary to do. There are situations when light transmission should not be done, because it is simply ineffective. If a person is near death and nothing can be done to help him, then the light transmission of energy will only increase the grief of the person who tried to support the dying person in this way. In this case, the person will grieve much longer. Another example, if a person has fallen into a coma and has not very severe brain damage, but for some reason he does not wake up, then in this case light energy transfer can and should be done. In this situation, the flow of transcendental energy will stimulate the production of neurons, because perhaps this small number of neurons is not enough for a person to wake up. It is quite likely that the person will come to his senses, precisely on your energy, because the energy flow is correctly directed. But to do this, you must continuously sit in the red line for at least a day or two. Pregnant women are absolutely not allowed to make a light transfer of their energy, because their energy also supports the child. But to support a pregnant woman before giving birth, you can make a light transmission. Then the man sits in the red line and the woman gives birth. In this case, not only the woman will be supported, but also the child, and the birth will be easier. If a woman is pregnant and the husband is need to leave, then a light transmission should be made before he leave, to support the woman and child. Then, when the man performs the red line practice, the child will develop not only on the mother's energy, but also on the father's. It is especially good if during this period a man and a woman contact each other by phone and practice at the same time. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. All have a good mood and bye.